sound of the nation, Radio Caroline. Steve England.
I was fascinated by pirate radio in the 60s, as I think we all were, and was not quite old enough to, I mean, in 1967 when they closed down I was 16, so, I didn't think there would be another chance to get involved with pirate radio ships, but of course, I saw it as this fantastic romantic thing that was really fun and so on. And then when they started off against off the Dutch coast, I managed to get a job on Caroline, and that quickly disillusioned me of the fact that it was interesting, fun, nice, romantic. It turned out to be, in some respects, absolute hell.
Radio Caroline on 259. De tijd is nu 6 uur precies en de komende 3 uur kunt u gaan luisteren naar Steve England.
There, and that's from the album Reincarnation by Exuma. This is Caroline on 259, where the weather's blowing up a little bit at the moment, but still it's very nice to be here with you. And now... Oh, nothing happened. This often happened with this machine. Oh, well, never mind. We'll give you that commercial message a little bit later on. Here's Stevie Wonder now, and from Music of My Mind, this is Girl Blue. Chicago says that unfortunately he won't be able to get off today because as you probably, if you've been listening in, the tender couldn't come alongside and transfer personnel. So Pete says he's very sorry. I mean, Chicago, get it right. Chicago Pete says he's very sorry anyway that he can't be with you, and he's looking forward to seeing you as soon as he does get off. And we're not quite sure when that will be. It should be within the next few days or so. Right, this is Caroline on 259, and it's exactly 8 o'clock.
Serving the European continent from the North Sea, this is the new Radio Caroline.
Alcuin from the Marx LP. This is Catherine's Wig.
Was it very basic, the conditions out?
The ship itself, I mean, it was always on and off the air because there were transmitter problems, there was no money.
And midnight, Andy and Tony, I expect if they're still both here because the tender's just come alongside, or really hasn't come alongside, but it's very close anyway. News. Hello, Robbie.
We're off the air.
Oh.
People really didn't get paid in the true sense of the word. But more than anything else, the characters that were involved were just absolutely larger-than-life characters. Andy Archer, Tony Allen, Chris St. John, although, Howard Rose was actually quite a nice guy, and I got on well with him, although the others bullied him mercilessly. But we were just, the young guys. But on board the ship, I mean, there was Chris Carey running the thing on land. I mean, you couldn't have assembled a more not that I was going to say horrendous team, but interesting team.
There was some really awful practical jokes that used to go on as well, from what I've heard.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you read the Bob Noakes book, that is very, very accurate as to what went on. I mean, just unbelievable stuff. There's just so many stories. I mean, they decided they'd claim on the insurance for a generator, so they pulled this generator out of the hold and just threw it overboard. I mean, huge, great big thing, weighs several tons, threw it overboard so they could claim the insurance money and say it fell off the back of the deck. I mean, just incredible. They had kangaroo courts. I mean, there was just all sorts of weirdness. I remember lying in my bed in my bunk one night, and by this time my ex-wife was also with me as well, and the door burst open at 2 a.m. and Andy Archer and his boyfriend came in totally nude doing the can-can. And I mean, it was just like, just the weirdest things, just weird things happened all the time, and you really couldn't trust very many people. A lot of backstabbing went on. There was quite a lot of drugs on the ship. It was not as I thought it would be. It was not like joining Radio London or Caroline of the 60s. It was a completely different scene. And in fact, I mean, I came away from it after 9 months and said, that's it, I don't want any more of it. I've seen what pirate radio is really like, and I want to just get back now to work and so forth, and carry on with my discotheques and return to England. And I did that in September 73.
Sound of a Nation, Radio Caroline.